Friends, Valcorp back. It's been 5 days, but I haven't stopped thinking of you for one moment. On the docket for today, as you can see, I have two locations marked. I promised last Thursday on the 4th stream that I would mark the remaining mini dungeons, or at least places that have bosses that we haven't been to yet. I am excluding Castle Morne because I know where that one is. But we are visiting a couple of caves that I overshot last time. You might also notice, or not, and it's kind of a minor thing, that the armor has changed a little bit. I decided to play a little bit before I started the stream. I ended up just knocking out a few little enemies so I could level up, and I put a point into endurance, which allowed me to use some slightly better armor. I have the Godric Soldier Greaves, and I have the Guardian Gauntlets. It's not a huge improvement, slightly better against, I believe, piercing and bludgeoning, as well as holy from the garments, but from the gauntlets. But yeah, that's what we're working with. I'll go ahead and fast travel. So the two caves we are looking for are Earthbore Cavern and Tombsword Cave. Tombsword Cave was the one that I knew I was missing, but just could not remember for the life of me where it was. Well, I have it marked now. Earthbore, I am pretty familiar with, know where it is, know that there's like a little guy who can help me find it, too, if I'm not mistaken. I was just very, very tired on Thursday. Feeling better for the most part. I'm kind of recovering from food poisoning right now, unfortunately. And I fast traveled to the wrong place. Just a quick view of, the bridge before we get to our actual location. I had a good long think about why I'm actually streaming. And the reason is, not unlike the reasons I imagine many people stream. It is because I have consumed Elden Ring content, or, video game content for so long that I kind of felt like I wanted to know what it was like to, produce. Not just to absorb that which others have put out. And when I thought a little harder about that conceit, I thought, well, what am I actually producing? If it's just me kind of muttering in a disorganized manner while playing this game that I played a few times, doling out spoilers and expletives, then it's kind of not really that much of a contribution, at least to me. So I thought it would be really nice if I could generate some engagement from y'all. And to that effect, I thought, well, what better way to do that than to say, ask me anything about Elden Ring. Lore, mechanics, items, playstyles, my experience with it. And I will do my best to answer. Of course, with any FromSoft game, there are no hard answers when it comes to all but the most general of topics, lore-wise. So I'll do my best to admit when I am speculating, and I'll also try to cite where I got information from, whether it be an item description or another YouTuber or something like that. Yeah. And of course, I know that there aren't a lot of people watching this, certainly not live. So I had a couple of topics that I could sort of riff on while y'all mull that over. The first one is about the Omens. I was playing my other playthrough, New Game Plus playthrough, and I ran into an Omen in a catacomb, and at the time, I didn't really think about it because I'd been in that cave before. I knew there were 2 or 3 Omens there. I think it was, oh goodness, I can't remember. It's one way southwest in Liurnia, over by the Purified Ruins and the elevator down to Noxtella. There are 3 or 4 Omens hanging out down there. And I didn't think about it very much because I was constantly being bombarded by imps, so I didn't have a lot of time for critical thought. But after, I started thinking, why aren't they in the sewers? Why are these ones not in the sewers? What are they doing down here in this area so far from Lane-Dell? Not only far from Lane-Dell, but in a place where it seems nowadays you can't get to unless you have 2 runes. Of course, well, I mean, you can't get north to Lane-Dell capital unless you have 2 runes. And there's a variety of reasons for that one particularly. I started thinking maybe Radagon had brought Omens into his army when he did the campaign against Rhea Lucaria, the Carian royalty, way back in the war that ended with him absolving his territorial aggressions at the Church of Vows and marrying Renala to unite the houses of the Erd Tree and the Full Moon. Because through certain item descriptions, I believe, it is noted that it's not uncommon for the Omens who are not cast down into the sewers to be conscripted into the army and given weapons that are shoddily made with the expectation that they will fall apart in no time. I'm going to try the demi-human ashes. Do I have enough FP? Okay, yeah, I've got just enough, basically. Yeah. Where was I? Yeah, they get conscripted into the armies of whoever is head honchoing the Greater Will's military forces at the time. For this particular fight, it was Radagon. So I thought maybe they came there, and when the battle was over and the conventional army, or the conventional soldiers, were sent back to the Altus Plateau, the Omens were basically told to get stuffed, as is tradition with Omens. Oh yeah, you guys get to watch me fight a rune bear, which is just, it's gonna be tough. Look at how much of my stamina it's taking down. Ooh-wee. Yikes. Oof. Uh-oh. Ow. Oh my. Much better than using the potion. That didn't do very much at all, did it? He's got bleed too, doesn't he? Well, that did it. Bleed proc for the win. Thank you for that. You know, without a doubt, that I will be using that when we get to Liurnia, because, well, the Rhea Lucarian mages suck with just how much stagger they do with their constant glintstone garbage. But yeah, so for those, they were basically probably told, well, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. And obviously not wanted at the academy, not wanted at Carrion Manor. Probably were forced to / longed for the only place that was reminiscent of the life they once had, which is a catacomb. That's what I suspect they are doing in there. And you do find plenty of catacombs with omens in them. I can't think of any others off the top of my head. I mean, of course, you've got the one that is actually inside the subterranean shunning grounds under Lanedell. Where am I going to next? God, I've already forgotten. Miserable. There we go. If I'm not mistaken, there's an omen or two in a catacombs in the consecrated snowfields, which is extra confusing. Or maybe not. Maybe those omens figured, well, hey, other pariahs from the Golden Order are gathering to the Halig tree. Why not us? Of course, it didn't work out that way. At least for the Albinorics. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna do this. Hey guys. Ooh, nice. Yikes. Jeez. There's one. Wham. Oh, and wow. Welcome to the Whiff Dome. Thank you. Good night. Okay. Other notable omens. Oh, hey, is it nighttime? No, it's morning. What are you doing asleep, bud? It's your wake-up time. Little known, or at least maybe not entirely known fact about the Mausolea is that they have bedtimes. Well, most of them do, at least. I don't know if all of them do. Certainly some. Will go to sleep. At night. And that's a great time to break off their nonsense without fear of getting squished. I'm just gonna... And, oh, there he goes. He's awake. It's awake. I don't mean to gender this animate castle. Good morning. Yes. Where was I? Other notable omen is the one that's hanging in Godric's castle. That's just kind of par for the course. Godric so badly desires to be Elden Lord or King of Lanedell, or just, you know, the guy that people come to for Golden Order nonsense. So why not participate in hosting Omens in your army? He only has the one, but, you know, he's impoverished in many ways. Ah, yes. So this is a place. This is a place that no From Software game would be complete without. A poison swamp. Of course, there's countless scores of poison swamps. Do I have... Nope. I don't have anything at all to cure poison with. I don't even have any soap. Don't have the means to make soap because I haven't been down to... what's the place called? Shifra. Shifra well, or not, you know, Shifra River. So this is, this I suspect will be a comedy of errors. And of course I can't use Mighty Shot because these, demi-human ashes are so costly. I need to do this. Ugh. This is a miserable waste. Oop. Thought I was being clever. Just being, wouldn't you know it, a moron. Oh, and I picked up just enough of these to make another 10. So that's not good. I think... Ooh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do at all, really. I don't remember where to get the cookbook that allows me to proof myself against these guys. That's runes. Depending on how bad this gets, I may chicken out and leave this for another time. Because fighting 4-meter tall bears, crap. Are you kidding me, guy? There you go. Is one thing, but fighting the elements is an entire thing unto itself. On back to the topic of omens. I wasn't really able to think of any noteworthy examples before starting again. Yikes. Yikes, there's a lot of these guys. But something that I did think of is that there's a conspicuous lack of omens in Mohgwyn Palace. Now, the Mohgwyn dynasty has attracted all sorts of people. Surgeons who have... Why am I looking at this like it's going to have a map that I can use? Surgeons, battlefield surgeons that have become disenchanted with the Golden Order after seeing the horrors of war, I imagine especially in the Gelmir campaign. Albinorics who have been met with disgust and even violence throughout the lands between. These sort of folk. But given that the Mohgwyn dynasty is predicated on Mohg's besotment with his own accursed blood, isn't it funny that he does not include others with accursed blood in his ranks? Is it that he worries the formless mother may think that other... Crap, this is such a waste. Other regal omens, or even the rank and file omens of the common citizens of Lanedell might take his place in the formless mother's favor? Or could it simply be that his picturesque dynasty is nothing but... Oh no. Forgot about you guys. Nothing but dealing with his deep-seated parental neglect / mommy issues. Ooh, yeah, that's dumb. Let's not do that. Can you even bleed? Yep. If it bleeds, it can be killed. So I've heard. Yeah. That last part, you know, the mommy issues. Big reason why the two Omen brothers, the Omen Brothers 2, are struggling with their sanity. I mean, not to mention the extension of the mommy issues being that they were left in a sewer at childhood and had specific shackles, like arcane shackles built to keep them down there should they ever harbor any desires of escaping. You know, it doesn't work when the world goes to shit, but... Oh no, oh no, oh no, well... Just what I didn't want. Oh, yes. Okay, great. I'm dying. I'm dying. Please stop. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit this through. And I apologize for me just kind of stopping and stuttering and not doing anything. Right now I'm not doing anything because I'm just waiting for this poison to die down, but my friend's group chat is blowing up and I'm trying not to let it distract me. I mean, now's the best time to fight these guys because what are they gonna do? Poison me? Haha! Suck it. Thank you for the Miranda powder. We'll read that a little later. Got more Servants of Rot. Oop. Owie. Hey, guys, stop. Thank you. Thank you. Great. The ability to inflict poison on others. Just what I needed. Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's any other interesting topics regarding omens. I think, if you can forgive me, one, I'm not going to do a full exploration of this cave because poison sucks when you don't have any means of combating it. And also, two, I'm going to sit here for a bit and let the poison die down. Well, yeah, the issue here is that if I have the poison running while I go in, whatever boss is in there, I can't remember which, could get me down to an inch, and then as I'm trying to drink my flask, I could get murked by this ongoing status effect. God, I keep looking over my shoulder. The headphones I have are clearly better at producing minute sounds caused by drinking the flask of Crimson Tears and doing so in a way that makes it sound like there's some kind of horn or bell right behind me, leading me to believe that someone is about to crash into someone else on the road just behind my apartment. God, we're almost through, guys. I guess not something I had written down, but something I'd always wondered. What do y'all think the flasks taste like? Because you're drinking this. Yep, there it goes again. This time I was ready for it. The flask of Crimson Tears, I have to imagine, has, or at least to me, it probably tastes like pitch, maple syrup, and paprika. The first two because those are, tree sap products, and the last one because it's red, and that's the first thing I think of as a natural red coloring agent, plant-based at least. Let's go find out who we have come here to dispatch. Oh, wouldn't you know it? You... Oh no. Okay, oh god, this is dreadful. Crap. Come on, lock up. Thank you. Can a plant? I guess it can, because I just did all that damage. Hey! Okay, whatever. Well, how about that? The Viridian Amber Medallion. I didn't even think to check if I had, Here's what we're gonna do. No, we're not gonna do it this way. First things first, well, I'm not changing that, because it is too good, but I will read this. A medallion with Viridian Amber inlaid. Boosts maximum stamina. The Erd Tree's old sap becomes amber, treasured as the most precious of jewels in the age of Godfrey, the first Elden Lord. A primordial life energy resides there. Never thought about it, but that loosely connects it to the Crucible, just by the word primordial. Also, it's got that beautiful knot there, which that knot pattern, of course, well, there's the Crucible Knot Talisman for one, and then two, when you go to Fair Missoula as part of the main quest line, to confront Malekith and unbind Destined Death, the symbol there of the Elden Ring has a beautiful Celtic Nordic knot pattern at the bottom, as opposed to the cross-hatched vine trellis pattern of Marika Radagon's Golden Order Elden Ring. And that's by virtue of the fact that Fair Missoula is the home of a previous Elden Lord, or a purported previous Elden Lord, during the time, I believe, of the Crucible. I'm not going to use this because this Assassin's Crimson Dagger is so integral to me surviving, but as soon as I get another talisman slot, I dare say that the medallion is going to get put there. Another thing I wanted to look at while I was here is the Miranda powder, which is where? There we are. Pollen from a man-eating Miranda flower. Material used for crafting items. Throughout history, perfumes have prized this extremely fragrant form of Miranda pollen, not yet scattered into the air. Fantastic. There's one more thing I was going to look at, and that one more thing is this, because I've never read it. A sacred flask modeled after a golden holy chalice that was once graced by a tear of blessing. Filled with crimson tears, this flask restores HP with use. Rest a site of grace to replenish. The one washed up on the grave site was sure to die until this flask was offered its gift of rejuvenation to seek the Elden Ring. Well, thank you for that. I have to assume I have Melina to thank for that. But yeah, so Tear of Blessing. If you watch Tarnished Archaeologist's videos, I can't remember which one in particular where they talk about this, but in Greece and other parts of the Mediterranean, there are trees that have a sap that is gathered for certain ingredients. I can't remember if it's perfumes, medicines, food, or whatever. But when they hit the ground, these sap droplets are referred to as tears, indicating to me that the contents of this are sap from the Erd tree. And when I look at the Erd tree, I'm no botanist, dendrologist, whatever you want to call it. Where is the Erd tree? You're right there. But it reminds me of a beechwood tree, I think. Those are common throughout Europe, particularly in my opinion, in Germany, where beechwood is used to smoke the malt at Schlenkerla Brewery in Bamberg. Also, the German word for beech, Buchen, is where the word for book is derived, since those trees were commonly used as material for creating paper. Das Buch in German, of course, an easily recognizable cognate to book in English. And it may be that I've heard that before as well. That certainly sounds like the kind of thing that Tarnished Archaeologists would discuss. God, I'm getting blown up right now. I'm sorry. But yeah, I don't know what beech sap tastes like. I have to imagine it has a sort of fresh, green, woody bitterness to it. When smoked, or when used as a wood for smoking, it creates a very savory, pork-like taste, probably because pork may often get smoked over beechwood fires as bacon or sausages or whatever. And that's where the association comes from. I don't think it would impart that in its sap, because the sap itself would not carry any smoke. I say the sap itself would not carry any smoke, but there is reason to believe that the Erd tree has been burned in its past, or before you even get a chance to burn it with the flame of the fire giants. That's another Tarnished Archaeologist topic. I believe Smowtown discusses it as well. But so it may have a taste of smoke in there. A nice savory tang of beechwood smoke. Oh, hey, what's going on here? Someone took damage. I mean, so Castle Morne, as I discussed in previous streams, is the site of a slave revolt. The Misbegotten, these creatures who are grunting and thrusting their weapons into the sky over burning corpses, are reviled by Golden Order fundamentalists and were enslaved in this particular instance in, come on, where are you? There you are. Woo! were enslaved by the facilitators at Castle Morne. I don't know who was in charge here formerly. I think it's supposed to be Godric, but the de facto manager of this castle is the Edgar, the Castellan. Castellan? I still don't know how to pronounce that. And as soon as they got the opportunity, the Misbegotten threw off the yoke of their would-be masters and started butchering them. Which, I mean, first part, yes, by all means, there's no reason that they should be enslaved, feared, or hated. Thanks, guys. They are as they were made, with aspects of the primordial crucible. Hey, guys. Woohoo! Okay. When I was first playing this game, I had the damnedest time getting through here. Because, oh yeah, let's do it, come on. I just wasn't good. I just wasn't good at Elden Ring, and I let these guys overwhelm me. The dogs, the Misbegotten, the big scaly Misbegotten up there, he clearly knows that I'm here, and he is currently not doing anything about it, for some reason. I won't complain. Okay, come on, guys. Let's one at a time this fight. That's all. Alright. So that's you. Woo-wee! Alright. Of course, I'm doing what I claimed I was not going to do, and I'm doing the shield block counter thing, rather than practicing a more artful method of damage avoidance. But any way that gets you from point A to point B in this game is a good way, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Oh boy, yeah, as soon as I... Oh, sorry about that, bud. As soon as I find the next site of grace, I am in for a treat. Don't know when that will be. Yeah, so they're hated, though they shouldn't be. They're enslaved. They have thrown off the yoke, and they're currently killing the Godric soldiers under the command of Edgar. And Edgar is Irina's father, the lady with the bad eyes, who we met when we crossed the bridge to the Weeping Peninsula. Oh, you can't be backstabbed, can you? Come on, bud. Over here. Sorry about that. I didn't consider how bad that would be to listen to. Ooh. This weapon moves incredibly fast. Have you ever wondered, why the Mad Pumpkinheads carry Sanctuary Stones? They're big. They're big guys. I don't really know what their story is. I know that they're big. They have some kind of sensitivity or mental illness that makes it to where they want to reduce the amount of stimuli they get, which is why they wear the big helmets that block sight and sound. But it's not a foolproof situation. And as a result, they get frenzied any time that they sense that someone is nearby. But why would they carry a sanctuary stone? Which, if I'm not mistaken, is a piece of Farum Missoula. I know ruin fragments are, but I don't remember whether that is also true of the sanctuary stone. But I can check really quick while I'm out of range of these guys. Explosive stone, glowstone. Okay, where is the sanctuary stone? Are you here? Oh. Ah, here we are. A rare piece of stone fragment found near places where ruins have fallen from the sky. It feeds and strengthens the light as it shines. So it has some kind of shining quality, which he's going to town over there. Which kind of begs the question: is there some piece of gold embedded in this sanctuary stone from Farum Missoula? Does it have a bit of the primordial gold of Lysidisax and his god, whoever that... Oh, owie! You got me. Congrats. Come on. Come here, bud. Thank you, and I will not do a critical on you because I'm clumsy. Yeah. However, that idea kind of fails in the crib because primordial gold is reddish in hue, whereas the gold pictured in this... Alright. Well, that takes care of that. Oh, buddy, I'm sorry. Not sorry. Sorry. Anyway, the gold pictured in the sanctuary stone is of the typical alloyed golden order hue. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I feel like I missed something. That's okay. Let me not fall off and not die. Whee! Anyway. Well, I thank you for watching this far. This has been eventful, certainly at this point. I'm very much looking forward to fighting the boss at this area, especially with the help of Edgar, the Castellan. He'll take some convincing. Sorry, I'm looking at this. I'm just wondering... Well, we know... Oh! Nice one, guy. You tricked me. Congrats. We know from Hugh, at least, that there is an amount of sapience in the Misbegotten. Nice. Which gives me the impression that they would know how to tie a noose and string someone up. They did a lot of it. This mirrors the scene of the Albinoric village in Liurnia, where mercenaries, at the behest of Gideon Ofnir, slaughtered everyone looking for evidence of a path into the Haligtree. Anyway, I'm opening this so I can read this. A rarely seen specimen of a beast fang, material used for crafting items, found by hunting carnivorous beasts. These multiple overlapping fangs grow from a single root. Perhaps they're a vestige of the primordial crucible. Perhaps, or definitely, since they are found on Misbegotten, who carry damn near all aspects of the Primordial Crucible. Perhaps it goes without saying, but fun fact, this implies that or I guess fun implication, the Misbegotten are carnivores, or at the very least omnivores. These fangs are also found on bears, I believe, and the guardian lions. The guardian lions makes sense to me because they appear to be at least former colleagues of one certain beast regent Sirosh, a giant lion who essentially embodied all of Godfrey's more warlordy primal instincts from back when he was Horlu. Okay, so I think now I want to put some points into dexterity. It'll be good to gradually boost my stats. Problem here. This is not the path I want. At least not right now. So I'm going to go back here. And we will clear all these guys out. Sorry to have to do this all over again. But I don't want to leave anyone on my 6. Because that's how you get murked. It also gives me the opportunity to go back and take a peep at places I might not have looked over. Whew. Man, her eyes are... or her eye is haunting. Mildred's is. Come on. There we go. We've gotten way sidetracked from the Omen topic, which I was discussing all the way in... what was it? Tombsword Cave. Which boils down to the two main omens in our story, Morgott and Moog. Where are you? There you are. A lot less unbeschickt this time. They were very shaped by the neglect, abuse, and harsh conditions to which they were subjected. As is stated in many item descriptions and in many YouTube videos from people such as Vatividia, Smotown, I believe also the Tarnished Archaeologist, Morgott recanted his Omen blood and somehow distilled it into a sword of iridescent blood flame. Come on. Come on, dog. Let's go, let's go. Wowzers. Okay. Not doing so hot this time. I also just completely forgot that I can do this to make this go a little bit faster. Come on, friends. Let's do this. Anyhoomst. Where was I going with that? Ooh, valuable. You. This was... all a way of... Ooh, yikes. I forgot who I was messing with. Let's be smart for a change, shall we? Come on. I deserve that. For my negligent greed. Anyway. Wow, you guys really got, chewed up by these guys. I'm sorry about that. That's a discourteous way to treat your friends. Yeah, he felt a real... Oh, man, I don't think I've ever done that before. With this particular guy, that is. Thanks for the smithing stone, okay. Come on, over here. I can't walk up too much. Oh, whatever, man. Okay, that's fine. You do you. Yeah, so he felt a lot of self-loathing as a result of this neglect. Felt like he had earned the contempt of his mother and father. Oop. Yikes. Sorry, I'm freaking out because I keep hearing noises, but I don't know if those noises are necessarily coming from directly around me. This weapon got me through a lot of Elden Ring. I think I used this all the way up until I took on the Star Scourge Greatsword in my first playthrough. If that is of any interest. But yeah, so he aspired to uphold the Golden Order with the understanding that he was bad. You know, the mistaken understanding that he was a fundamentally flawed creature. Oh, come on. I was really hoping not to have to do this, but what you gonna do, right? Anyway. And so chose to defend the greater will during the Shattering. And by the greater will, I mean the ideals of the greater will. Yikes. Let's not be hasty, shall we? Yeah, I'm gonna leave them behind for now. Hello! Thank you. Good night. Come on. I know, this is... Let's not, shall we? Thank you. Hey! Oh! Whew! Didn't even realize you were there. Hey, you got me. Congrats. Yeah. Oh, wow. Good night, a threefer. Alright. Huh. What I need to be doing is looking for Edgar. Before I can really continue on here, I need to find and convince Edgar, I believe down there, yeah, probably down there, that he should... Oh, thank you. Help me out with this whole campaign to take back the sword, which is what he should have been doing in the first place. Oh, I may or may not have a lap contender here. My youngest cat, Birdie, is considering, sorry about the mic rub, laying down, but lately he and Harry have been getting into little kitten spats with one another, so he's trying to decide whether or not he wants to start something. Birdie is usually the instigator. Oh, perfect. That puts me right here. Okay. Look. Do I even have any other arrows that I picked up? Nope. Do I have a crossbow? No. Awesome. So what I can do instead for now is equip these and lure him out. Hello. Thank you. Alright. I don't think I'm going to be lucky enough to hit him with one of these, but you never know. Hey, what do you know? Of course it didn't do exactly what I wanted it to, but country girls make do, as they say. Come on. Guys. Consider not ranged battle. Come on, guys. How about I walk up near you? Alright, there we go. Aha! Good night. Buddy. Ooh. Ooh. That's it. I thought he was going to fall all the way down, and that would have been, a charming little win for me. I'm really going through these flasks at a rate that is not preferable. Kitty cat update. I do have Birdie on my lap. He is immediately fast asleep, as one would expect from a cat. I'm gonna go down here first. I believe there's someone down here who's gonna jump out at me. Yes? No? Maybe? Oh. No, I'm just a dummy who forgot that I went down here already. Something about this particular castle just discombobulates me to an embarrassing degree. Hello, guys. That's two. Oh. Oh, you're not gonna thank me? Stop. You're in over your head. Come on, bruv. I'm here to help your, de facto liege lord. Come on. Your on paper liege lord, on the other hand, I have a, eine Termine damit. A little date. Ah, there he is. He's looking quite crestfallen, isn't he? He's got some nice armor. The lobstered gauntlet.
There's a face I've not seen before. I'm Edgar, warden of this castle, as ordained by Lord Godric himself. But you can see how things have turned out. The menials have all rebelled. They gave me good service, or so I thought. But it seems it was all an act. Foul creatures, as it said, and true enough, they're foul inside and out. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but whatever you come here to do, I'm afraid Castle Morne won't hold much longer. Take this, by way of apology.
Gee whiz.
I see. From Arena. Thank you. I'm in your debt, but I can't leave yet. Even if the castle should fall, as commander, I must remain to ensure the treasured sword of Morne does not fall into the wrong hands. If you see Arena, do tell her that her father will come for her once he's fulfilled his duty.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go back to talk to her just yet. We'll meet up where the Sword of Morne is being kept later. I think what I'm going to do for my own benefit is fast travel here so that I can save a little bit of time and also just heal myself up. Every time I hear the name Arena, I think of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. In the first two parts of JoJo, the Hamon parts, there is a character in Arena who is, I would say, one of the main characters. Or at least, one of the more important secondary characters. Yeah. So you see this area here. I've died falling down there, and I've died falling down there. So we're not going to do that. We're going to do this. Plus, there's an item. Come on. Oh no! Well, whew. That was a near thing. Thank you. Always valuable. Oh, another thing that happened while I was leveling up pre-recording. I picked up a stone sword key on the cape just north of the Impaler's Catacombs. There was a guy sitting on a chair overlooking the cape that had the item. Now, Edgar calls these guys foul and seems to just be completely flabbergasted. Ow, ow, ow. Okay. That these... Okay, I get the point. This is not the way to fight. I understand. Just flabbergasted that these creatures that have been forced into servitude would want vengeance for that time that they could have been using for other pursuits, like knitting, or, I don't know, developing their own culture. Just generally not... Thank you. Not spent being despised. Are these guys brutal in their vengeance? Yes. I won't dispute that. Is it something to be unexpected and held in disbelief? No. No, they brought this upon themselves. You see me kind of cowering here at the door when, as far as we can tell, there's only one guy. One of those terrible bone, slimy, pokey things is going to fall down and kill me if I just bebop in here, so I'm trying to be intelligent to the best of my ability. Like, let's talk to this guy. Oh, did something just fall behind me, or was that just a... Yeah, I'm a little jumpy. Please help me. I'm of noble blood. If those hideous mongrels eat me, I'll be forever marred. Oh, crap. Well, sorry, I thought I heard something. Anything but that, please. Think of the disgrace. So he's fine dying in this cage. Oh, will you just come down already? I swear. Come on. Enough of your nonsense. Thanks for the turtleneck. I should look at that. The glass shard, I can already tell you from memory, is valueless lore-wise. It just says, that it's without value. So let's look at this. Turtleneck meat, pickled in a bitter medicinal solution. Craftable item. Temporarily boosts stamina recovery. The nutrients churn through the body, practically boiling out endless power. Now, this has a very, shall we say, evocative appearance. And I believe other lore tubers, I'm not a lore tuber, I don't know why I say other lore tubers like that, lore tubers such as Smotown and Avati Vidya have discussed that in prior versions of Elden Ring, the description for this item more or less said that it was used as an aphrodisiac, but such things are no longer called for, or at least there's little use for them, implying that people don't partake in intercourse very much anymore following the shattering. Or maybe even before the shattering. I know there's an implication that one of, if not the preferred ways of birth are directly from the Erd Tree itself. Not unlike how Millicent, Mildred's wannabe sister, and her actual sisters were born from Aeonia. Whew. Let's not do this battle here. This is a crappy place to battle. Come on. Whew. Oop. Good night. I don't know why I keep saying good night. I guess it's a softer way of saying, you know, you're dead. It's certainly silly. But, as my wife constantly reminds me, I'm a silly, silly boy. So, it's what you should come to expect from me, Valkorpa. I think I've more or less talked to death the topic of omens, at least outside of the subterranean shunning grounds. I'm looking at this for a reason. The twin blade technique is a tradition of confessors who closely guard the secret of how they preserve the momentum of their attacks. Thus is the final strike of their onslaught all the more deadly. I didn't realize that the twin blade was associated with confessors. Confessors are essentially assassins for the greater will who take out tarnished, who are going about the whole stand before the Erd Tree to become Elden Lord nonsense in a way that is not approved of by the Two Fingers. I believe Confessor is one of the starting classes. I can't think of off the top of my head any Confessors that we meet as NPCs, but as a starting class, it is not my understanding that you get to have a twin blade as a confessor. I think the very first twin blade you find is in a Caelid Lake. Thank you, scarabs. I don't know why they're called scarabs. I mean, I'm no entomologist, and maybe it is that scarabs are closely related to dung beetles phylogenetically, or maybe it is that scarabs are dung beetles that just don't roll dung. But the scarabs have a giant ball that they push around, like the iconic ball of excrement pushed around by dung beetles. So, things to make you go, This is a topic I can't remember if I've discussed before, but And it's a little topical because I know Bandai Namco just released a bunch of stats that indicated getting bonked is the leading cause of death in Elden Ring. However, the leading cause of death for me, overall, if we exclude the 30 some odd times I was killed by Melania, the leading cause of death for me was flubbing platforming. Because no matter what game I play, I have always been just the worst at platforming. Oh, these guys come and get me. Hey. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Ooh. Not what I wanted. Okay, this is... Oh no, oh no! Wow! Enough. Alright. Well, that was messy. Sorry. I'm gonna... Before I go and make an utter ass of myself, do this. Not going to sit at it because I want to clear it out a bit. I somehow handled that with more poise and grace than ever I have before. Maybe it's because I'm not hyping myself up, but instead doing it while doing something else. Whip. Didn't know that this is the first place you pick up a whip. Let's stand out here and read it, shall we? This is the least efficient means to find the whip, but that's okay. A leather whip, not originally used for combat, but as an instrument of pain. Though its supple attacks cannot be thwarted by parrying or even guarding, it is incapable of dealing critical hits. And its skill is kick, which, terribly sorry, is a crappy Ash of War. Crappy skill. House of Pain has popped into the chat, and he says he's got the shield. I have the shield. I have this nice Lannister shield that I picked up from a starving merchant in the Whispering... Sorry, not the Whispering Woods. That's Song of Ice and Fire thing. It was Mistwood. Yeah. But to get back to one of my previous points before I got distracted, I suck at the Elden Ring platforming. I sucked at it with Bloodborne. It was, if you'll forgive the pun, a nightmare trying to get to the old Hunter's Workshop, among other things. Oh, yeah. Oh, whatever. What? Okay, hey, guy. You suck. Has anyone told you try close quarters battle? Whatever. Good night. Mildred, you've got, some interesting accoutrements there. Throwing daggers. Oh, so that's a ways down that I don't care to take just yet. Or you know what? I might as well, because I'm going to come down here again. I almost wonder... Okay, I've got 5 with these. I'm not gonna... God, listen to me waffle. I'm a regular nation of Belgium with all this waffling. And... Oh, shit! Should have seen that coming. Let's regain our stamina, shall we? Whew. No, I deserve that. Good night. Scrap battle. Does anyone remember the, like, original days of YouTube era skit crab battle? Based on, Metal Gear Solid? That was, Well, I found it hilarious in high school. I don't think I would find it hilarious again if I watched it now, but let that not take away from the enjoyment I got from it. Okay, I need to be extremely careful walking around here because I don't want to have to come back and get my runes from this precarious position. Whew. God, everything that doesn't look exactly like ground is freaking me out. I am just gonna do this. It's time for me to live dangerously. I'm also gonna do this. Alright. For those of you who may just now be getting into the stream, I'll reiterate kind of what I'd like to continue doing, and making this an Elden Ring AMA as I play. Because to me, it is not enough to just produce a video. I'd like to have interaction. I'd like to contribute something to the Elden Ring community. And though I have not had any takers yet, I think yikes, produce some interesting content about the Omens. And we also spent some time wondering what the flask of Crimson Tears would taste like. Another thing I would like to think it tastes like is Amaro. Amaro is a bitter liqueur popular in, or at least first popularized in Italy, but then made popular all over Europe and in many other places, especially Argentina. And it has usually a locally proprietary blend of herbs and spices, not unlike the Colonel's chicken, which give it its own unique melange of bitter, earthy, floral, planty, green, woodsy, etc. flavors. And it'd be nice to imagine that the flask is just somewhat to completely filled with this liqueur that you throw back, and it's not that it heals you, it just reduces your apparent pain as you continue to trudge on. House of Pain says if it's Amaro, it's all cinnamon. Something I mentioned earlier is that I like to think that if the Flask of Crimson Tears is as red as it appears, and it is plant-based, then it's probably got paprika in it. Paprika Amaro sounds disgusting, but I'd probably try it. Okay, so here we are. I think... What do I need? What do I need right now? I think I could really use dexterity. I think what I'll do is bump my dexterity up to 25, do the same with vigor, and then start supplementing my endurance again. But yeah, and then that brings into question, what would the flask of cerulean tears be filled with? There are not a lot of natural compounds in plants that produce blue, especially not that kind of blue. I think butterfly pea flower and violet come close. Another thing that does kind of make, not a cerulean blue, but sort of a dark inky blue is, and I don't know where I'm going or what I'm doing right now, is red cabbage. If you've ever washed a red cabbage in a basin or anything else that would contain the water you're washing it with, you'll notice that at a certain point, before it starts looking the purplish pink of a red cabbage, but after it's taken its normal, watercolored hue, it has this sort of dull, sort of washed out navy blue color. So maybe it's kind of a gross vegetal schnapps made of red cabbage or red beet. Uh, that's another contender. I think the beet would be more palatable. I know beet liqueur or beet schnapps is not an uncommon thing in Germany and Austria. If I were to be stereotypical, I would guess that it's probably not uncommon in Central and Eastern Europe as well. So I've done kind of what I set out to do for this stream so far, at least as far as playing Elden Ring goes. I've cleared the Weeping Peninsula. I say that, but there is one last thing we need to do before we can say goodbye to this sad, sad peninsula. And it is fittingly sad enough to make you want to weep. If you are not familiar with what I'm talking about, you will find out soon enough. Does anyone know where these statuaries are? I know that that's supposed to be Godric because it's got the Godric's original axe from before he defeated Beast Regent Siraj. I'm turning all around because I just can't remember which direction I'm going. But I don't know if I ever found that area in the lands between. Alright, let's go here. And wouldn't you know it, it's a From Software game, ladies and gentlemen. The nice, innocent lady, well, you know, relatively innocent lady we talked to is lying in a pool of her own blood, and here's her dad.
Rena, how could this be? My daughter deserved better. The fault lies with me. I chose duty over my daughter's safety. And that is how fate has answered.
Yeah, not, an understandable, but maybe not your best move.
I'll find them. The foul wretches responsible for this. I'll hunt them down and exterminate every last one of them.
Foo boy.
Rest assured, Arena, it will be done.
Sadly, Edgar has not learned anything from this, this slave revolt that we have just put down. And when I say it like that, I realize I don't know how I feel about the part I've played in this. House of Peng brings up an important point that I have neglected but meant to talk about. Grafted Greatsword go bonk. Truer statement I have never known. This almost assuredly was not created by George R. R. Martin, but I like to think it was created in honor of George R. R. Martin, because look at this thing. We all know what it's supposed to be, but let's read the item description, shall we? The storied sword of Castle Morne, a revenger's weapon. It is burdened with oceans of anger and regret. One of the legendary armaments. A lone surviving champion from a country now vanished was so determined to continue fighting that he claimed the swords of an entire clan of warriors. The unique skill is Oath of Vengeance. Swear an oath upon the greatsword to avenge the clan, temporarily raising all attributes for a certain duration. While the oath's effects are active, poise will also be increased. That's not something I knew. It essentially has the same effect as Godric's Great Rune, which it just boosts all of your attributes up by, I believe, 5. I don't know who this sword was meant to belong to. The way it's described, it sounds like it's supposed to be something that belonged to Godfrey, but also I know that the person who owned the sword fought against Godfrey. Certainly sounds like it would go well in the hands of Edgar, but really, he does not need any more encouragement to swear oaths of vengeance. Where am I gonna go here? Okay, knowledge. This is the one I want. 'Cause you know what? It's time to fuck around and find out in Akil Lake. I'm quite torn about this because there's certain aspects of Akeel Lake that I don't know if I want to do because I'm fairly convinced that I'm not ready for them. But you know, what are you gonna do? I've, in my own mind, improved so much with this particular character, and that's probably just because I'm playing with incredibly large sword and incredibly resistant shield. But it's given me the confidence to believe that I can take down Akeel and maybe also that which... Okay, look, guy. Nobody likes you. I'm just not going to worry about you. That's my decision here. Okay, I'm looking for a sort of altar. Oh, also, if y'all wanted to see something funny that maybe you didn't know about, I can't show you because I don't have enough of those. Sorry. The thing I was going to show is that these land squirts, which is right up there for worst name for any creature in a From Software game, when you throw poison items at them or you just generally damage them with poison, they get overloaded and explode, and it causes a chain reaction for any of them nearby, and just bam, ba bam, ba bam. It's great. I'm not going to mess with that particular... Well, you know what? No, I am. I changed my mind. The crab's what I'm worried about, because the crab at Castle Morne got dangerously close to besting me. And here we go. Alright, I'm not gonna summon my boys right now. Aw, Birdie's dreaming on me. For those of you who don't own cats, you can always tell when a cat is dreaming. Oh, crap. Because their little ears flick, and the paws twitch, and it's real sweet. I've probably talked about this on the stream before, but... Oh, crap. Well... I done beans to that, didn't I? Oh, crap. Come on. Oh, this is not going my way. It never ceases to fill me with adoration. The gentle, abandonless... Or, not abandonless. The gentle, abandonful repose of a cat. Thank you. Wow, that's... without immediate value. So... Sorry that I did that. That's going to delay my fight with the draconic namesake of this castle. You see those guys there? They're nobles who have lit a pyre in honor of Akeel. In fact, most of the people around here seem to worship Akeel as a mired deity. And I believe the reason for that is because, well, if you get a close look at any of these wandering nobles, you can see that they are hollow, like the hollows of Dark Souls, and just can't die due to America's removal of death from the natural order of things. And maybe they're hoping that being burnt in dragon flame, which sort of exists beyond the ken of the Golden Order will give them that death which they cannot get while under the Erd Tree. I'm sorry that I'm just standing here. It's not fun for you, it is not fun for me, but if I'm going to go directly into Dragonfire, I need to know that I'm not going to also suffer constant damage to my person. So we're just going to wait for it to run its course. I guess for Thursday, maybe even before Thursday, I'll check to see where one gets the boluses, or what I mean to say is the recipe for the boluses that take away poison effect. Alright, well that's that. This leaves me at a pretty bad disadvantage against Caelid, given that I've used up most of my flasks, but you know, the game does not like this. Well, I didn't press, Gads. Didn't press the jump button when I wanted to, but you know. Oh, come on. Where'd you go? This is bad. Okay, here we go. Man, someone has decided that they're not interested in proccing bleed. Oh crap. Will you please? Ugh, I did it again. I'm so sorry, Torrent. Okay. It could be worse. There we go. Oh. Good night, sweet prince. Just, looked to my chat to see House of Pain's wonderful words of affirmation. You got this. And unwilling to make one of my friends a liar, I decided that yes, I do have this. And here we are, with me having it. Okay, so you can hear them whispering. Gents, I'm so sorry. He's not going to put you out of your misery, but maybe I can. I'll do my best. Oh, hello. Come on, you terrible dog. Good night. Alright. In case you struggle with fighting the dragons, the answer, whenever you have the opportunity, is to fight them on a horse, because you're not gonna run away fast enough to get away from their fire on your own. Dog. Dogs in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. I struggled a lot with... Well, I struggled a lot with land seeks, but that that was a different matter entirely. I struggled with Smaragd, a glintstone dragon that you can find, in Liurnia. And, okay, I hear a dog. Yep, there you are. Homie. That's no way to treat a guy. I struggle with Smaragd because you're constantly running into there to get a quest-related item to Smaragd's lair. And it just invites the worst time if you're trying to fight Smaragd on your feet, because she fills the area up with the glintstone flame, and it'll wreck your shit. There's no kinder way of putting it. But as soon as I tried the route of fighting on horseback, I got her in one try. Before that, I was fighting her on feet. I summoned Latenna, a pretty powerful spirit summon. Just kind of put her up in a place where she couldn't get hit, but I was still just dying immediately. You need the mobility of a horse, or to just be very good at the game to defeat dragons. Oh, hello. Just, yeah, do your thing. Good night. I'm dithering, as I'm sure you all can see. I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna go in there. That's all I can say. Screep. Okay. Hello, rats. Let's go. Let's go. I'm not keen on fighting them all down there. It's a bad time. Come on, rat. I see you, you see me, you see me seeing you. Let's just do this. Good night. Alright. You next? Hot gates! There we go. Ooh. Man. Even more than two-handing the Star-Scorched Greatsword. Thank you for that, by the way. This weapon just seems preternaturally gifted at hitting and quitting multiple enemies at once. I'm for it. Aha! You thought I was gonna fall for that. Well, I am. Let's go. I guess first, let's do this. I was caught very much by surprise by this the first time I played, which of course is the point of it. And I know I discussed in the last stream, or yeah, the last stream, that there are very few of these, and they're all apparently in Limgrave. So it's understandable that you don't expect it, because you have no reason to expect it for nearly every chest you open. But this one is the most... this one, to me, is the most diabolical of them all. Because you are stuck in the Celia Crystal Tunnel of Caelid. The Caelid Wilds. Which is a terrible place to be if you're just starting the game. Caelid is one of the more unforgiving environments in all of Elden Ring. And this one, in particular, is pretty bad. I can't do anything with this. He knows I'm there. House of Pain says this one killed me for an hour. If it only killed you for an hour, you're one of the lucky ones. I was in misery. At first, I thought I'd try to clear it out, because I didn't know how bad Caelid was when I first played this. After, I don't know, 10 deaths here, I decided, I think I know where the exit is, I'm going to run. And I died 5 times, getting shot in the back by this asshole above me. There's no delicate way for me to put this. I hate this particular place. Oh god. Oh, okay, yes. You've made your point. Let's go. Come on. You and me. Final destination. No items. Oh god. No. Okay. Witless tarnished. Why? Covet. Destined death. To kill what? In the immortal words of Malekith. If I were to choose an enemy to be able to permanently kill, that is not one that already fits that description. It would, well, honestly, it would be all of the Royal Revenants. But these guys come in close for early game fuckery, because that, little blast that they do is cruel. It is utterly merciless when you're at this point in the game. Nope. Sorry, bud. Not today. Cracked crystal. Under the guise of being a thorough player, but in fact covering up my cowardice, let's read the faded Erdleaf flower description. An Erdleaf flower that has faded to a pale scarlet, found blooming in rotten lands. Material used in crafting items, said to be fed by leaves that fell down from the Erd trees in days of antiquity. Fed by leaves. It implies that the Erdleaf flowers, or, you know, the Erd tree flowers are not only herbivorous rather than autotrophic, but also cannibalistic, which is a curious topic to consider. Especially when you think of some of the subtle implications found in A Song of Ice and Fire that imply that the weirwoods that once covered all of Westeros but now only are found in the north and beyond the wall seem to be fed by blood sacrifice. Okay, I've kind of cleared myself a tasty little path here. But first, let's just make it that much easier on ourselves. Oh, yeah, that was dumb. Didn't need to hit trade, but I did. Okay. Yeah, that's an entire... Before I had any... Oh, no. No. Come on. No. Oh, God. We did it. We did it in one. Not because I am good at this game, but because I am terribly, terribly familiar with this locale. And hey, what do you know? We got material enough to level up. Boop. Yeah. How's the Pain says, when you talk biology in Game of Thrones, hot. Well, these two topics are what I spent most of my college career on. Less, unfortunately, of the former than maybe I should have. So we're getting out of Caelid. Caelid is not for us right now. What we want to do instead... What if... No, not there. What if we tried our hands at another early game Bopperino in the form of the Tree Sentinel? But yeah, I have a bachelor's degree in biology, which I unfortunately do not use in my career very often. But I do learn the ability, I do use the ability to learn and retain information that I developed in college. And that, more than the information itself, has been valuable. And I think it would be nice if in American public school they talked about that a little more. How no matter what focus you take in life, what's most important is that you learn how to absorb this information and retain it efficiently and usefully. As well as learn how to, oof, ow. Learn how to write well and compellingly, and learn how to ask for help and communicate with your peers. The writing and the learning, I think I did a pretty okay job at in college. The asking for help and communicating with your peers, well, it's something I struggle with to this day. Where do I go? Whatever. Oof. Owie. Just realized. This is the first time I'm healing against him. That was a poor roll. Oh no. Let's... I could have... gone a lot worse. Come on. There we go. Ouch. Let's... Wowzers! Come on. That's a bad attack. Oh, come on. That's fine. Yikes. Should have rolled away. That's fine. There we go. Oof. Premature rolls are going to be the death of me. Or, you know, they would if Bleed didn't proc. Thank you, Bloodhound of Fang. We got a golden halberd out of that. Let's read the item description, shall we? There you are. Weighty halberd forged of gold, wielded by the Order of Tree Sentinels, heavily equipped knights. Deals holy damage. That's Elden Ring code for is completely useless in the back half of the game. A masterfully crafted weapon that lives up to its heft, but is difficult for one of mere human strength to wield. Yeah. House of Pain says you bodied that guy. Again, for every deft or agile-looking fight, there are countless countless deaths that I experienced beforehand. I don't have what it takes to level that up yet. We have 10 minutes left. What say we get into just a cute amount of trouble here? I know that I haven't defeated every boss in Limgrave. Certainly not Limgrave at large, definitely not Stormhill. But we'll see if I can't, with these last 10 minutes, get to the boss that killed me more than any other boss in the game, including Melania, and that is Margit. Margit is, as my friends who played the game before me so aptly described, the gut check, the real choke point for taking you from, wow, that was a whiff, taking you from amateur first-time player to someone who has an elementary understanding of the game. Like, novice in the original sense of the word. Limgrave at Large was my band name at in high school, says House of Pain. Limgrave at Large. I like that. Limgrave at Large. What kind of music do you think they prefer in Limgrave? So I see that. Those scarabs are, by and large, every time, a honeypot. If I run in there, I'm going to get ballisted to death. So I'm going to defeat all these guys first. Oh, crap. No. That's not going to happen. Oh. Come on. I'm glad that only one of you keeps a horn. If all of you had horns, Godric would have won the Shattering. There, I said it. My friend has reminded me a thought experiment that I've casually had but then never followed up on. In our world, throughout Western Europe, and other places as well, but it's best documented in Western Europe, certain locales have their own specific beer style for which they are known. This is hyper-localized in Germany, where you go to like sort of Western Germany and you get the Kolsch and the Alt from Cologne and Dusseldorf respectively. Down south in Munich you have the Dunkel, the Pilsner, though that was kind of a follow-up. Woohoo! I love that friendly fire, my guy. And so on and so forth. I've always wondered what each local beer style would be in the Lands Between. For Limgrave, I feel like it's got to be something easy and pastoral, like a saison or a table beer. I don't think it's cold enough here to... Oh my god, this guy's wrecking me. Cold enough here to be a lager place. And also, depending on who you listen to, they say lagers weren't around until Europeans came back with yeast from the Americas. Ooh, we have some thoughts in the chat. House Payne says Caelid is Martin House, Limgrave is Garden Path, Erd Tree is Def Check Pills. I assume he means Lane Dell. Garden Path is a brewery, I want to say in the Pacific Northwest. that makes some of the best, most nuanced, and just utterly crushable farmhouse ales that I've ever had in my life. I mentioned a few streams ago that in recent days I've been partial to the sort of light, bone-dry, crispy lagers, like a Czech Pils. But something that will always forever have first place in my heart is a true farmhouse-style Saison or Grisette. And what I mean when I say farmhouse-style is the ingredients were locally sourced, as was the yeast or flora at large used to ferment it. But rather than gab on about beer, which I could do ad nauseum, let's call a friend and then go meet another friend. A friend about whom I have been talking on and off this entire stream. Come on, bud. Let's see if I can do this before he... No, it's gonna make me... Yep.
Foul tarnished. In search of the Elden Ring. Emboldened by the flame of ambition.
Crap. There we go. Alright, come on, bucko. Let's see how much I've progressed. Not much. Oof. Missed. Come on, proc that bleed. Proc that bleed. Nope, no bleed. Where do I have to approach him to There we go. This is not a testament to my skill. I would like to clarify that up. I've got literally 7 guys pounding on Margit.
Smoldering with thy meager flame. Cower in fear of the night. The hands of the fell omen shall brook thee no quarter.
I'm gonna do a little bit of talking while I level up here. House of Pain says, I'm so goddamn mad. How dare you body him so easily? Again, this was the work of an entire army. Oh god, I don't want to talk to you right now.
Forgive me. I've been testing you
Just gonna
to
take
see
me.
whether or not grace truly does guide you, and whether you are fit to face the challenge that entails. It seems my worries were unfounded. Torrent had your measure from the very start, whereas I merely pretended. There is but one other thing I can do to offer you guidance. I can take you to the Round Table Hold, gathering place of tarnished champions, guided by grace.
Well, I don't have any choice, do I?
Very well. Let my hand rest upon you for but a moment.
Okay, so this was the work of 6 or 7 people wailing on him, staggering him the entire time. Uh, I caused him to break poise twice, and only took advantage of that once. And again, this is a boss that I fought at least 50, if not 75 times when I first played this game. I didn't do this artfully, but I did do it. And again, that's not something you should ever feel bad about when playing this game, cheesing enemies. They give you all these tools for a reason. I just don't want the way that fight went to indicate that I have any skill with the game. Another thing I want to talk about before I close out the session is I think that Limgrave would be more of a ordinary, bitter, dark, mild sort of place. This is the most quote-unquote livable area, if not the most urbane. I feel like something sort of light-bodied, drinkable, and pub atmospheric would be of Limgrave caliber. I think the garden path, the sort of light, funky, breezy beer would be something that you would find in the Halig tree, and that is because it is a place where Miquella does not eschew, or does not eschew the non-standard principles of life, so why not also accept the non-standard principles of brewing? Also, his name's Miquella. Sounds a lot like Miqueller, which is a champion of non-traditional brewing throughout the world, and my favorite brewery. But anyway, that's all there is for this stream. I realize throughout this entire streaming endeavor that I've taken, I've never stated specifically where I stream for people who watch the YouTube videos afterwards. I stream on Twitch, 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Central Time every Tuesday and Thursday. And again, you will see me here on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Central Time, where we will talk to all of the denizens of the Round Table Hold, level up, and clear out the rest of non-Stormvale Castle Limgrave to the best of my ability before we move on to Godric. Thank you all so much for your time, your participation, your indulgence, and I can't wait to see you all again on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Until then, take care. Valcorpa out.